Strategists are beginning to sort through the possible cyber war ramifications of a Russian invasion of Ukraine, and there could be significant threats to American companies. This is an important story. Eamon Javers joins us right now with more, and this is getting weird, Eamon.
It is getting weird, Becky. We saw this warning earlier in the week from the Department of Homeland Security telling infrastructure providers that Russia retains robust cyber capacity here. And the entire cybersecurity community is really trying to figure out exactly how this would look if Russia invades Ukraine. The expectation that I'm hearing from people now is that they don't expect that there would be a massive Russian cyber campaign against the United States right from the get-go. They think the Russians would try to keep anything they do in the cyber realm contained to Ukraine, at least at first. But if the United States retaliates, then all bets are off, and you look at an escalation scenario. I talked to Keith Alexander. He's the former head of the National Security Agency, and he played out the scenario that's worrying him. Take a listen.
If they make a move and the U.S. starts to push sanctions, that will cause then Russia to look at using, in my mind, potentially hackers to go in and make things happen. And the problems they can create are along the lines of what you do with ransomware, but without a key, just like you had for NotPetya. Get in, encrypt networks, cause a problem. And we've seen what those problems could be like.
So what General Alexander is talking about there is the NotPetya attack on Ukraine back in 2017. He's likening it to ransomware, except you don't get a key back, right? So there's no one you can pay to get your assets back. That's the fear. He raised in our conversation the scenario of several Colonial Pipeline attacks happening at the same time. And he said that this would be the Russian way to put pressure on U.S. public opinion to try to convince the Biden administration that retaliation and sanctions against the Russians simply aren't worth it economically and politically. So you get into this sort of back and forth cyber campaign that could happen. And that's where the concern about escalation and the United States getting drawn into any potential conflict comes. But the expectation, Becky, initially is that the Russians would keep any cyber attack that they began with focused very much on Ukraine so as to not have any spillover effect and to not draw the Americans in at the beginning, Becky.